Ay, esto es la tecla M para Enzo. Ja, 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 ja. Desde Argentina hasta Inglaterra, con la sonrisa del que ganó la tercera. Puro potrero, pura esencia, de San Martín preparado para la que vengan. Le mandamos cumbia, perro. ¡Ja! Campeón del mundo, ya saben quién es. Enzo Fernández se va para Londres, jugó en defensa y en River Plate. Hoy va pa' Chelsea y la va a romper. Chiquito descalzo en el potrero y hoy representando en el mundo entero. La fe intacta de ser primero. Enzo Fernández ya está en el juego.
Yes, people! Welcome back to GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV. Hope you guys enjoyed the little Friday boogie, the Friday party. You know, I thought I'd throw in a little bit of an Argentinian twist, you know, tang. You know, and I've just thrown it out there because this weekend Chelsea will be playing West Ham in the derby away, and we need the win. We need a win. They need to win. They're not in great form themselves. We are here to discuss everything in and around Chelsea Football Club and that game tomorrow. We've got a little bit of Chelsea news to get into at the beginning first, which we'll be going through as well. But it feels good to be back. Sorry, I've not been able to do streams since Monday, I think is the last stream I've done. But it's been a crazy week for me, especially from a work side of things. So it's good to be back here with you guys, talking Chelsea, Enzo Fernandez. My song, mate. My song. I love it. But smash a like for Enzo. Smash a like for Chelsea. Smash a like for Chelsea to win tomorrow. Let's get these likes to 100. Over 100 people here already as well. So let's make sure we get that done. Don. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. And before we move forward, guys, let's cue that intro. Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV. Yeah, that didn't sound too good, did it? But yeah, big up to you guys. How are you all doing? I hope you have had a very pleasant week. Not seen you guys since Monday, so it's nice to actually be back on the show. Lines will be open today as well. Talking lots in and around Chelsea Football Club today, as always. Starting off with a bit of news. And we're going to talk about the game itself. We've got a little bit of news in regards to history between West Ham and Chelsea. We're also going to do our preferred team lineups. Then we're going to give score predictions. And then we're going to open up the lines and give you guys the opportunities to have your say as well. So please, guys, make sure that we're smashing the likes as always. Sharing on your socials as well. It helps the channel massively. You know, like when you guys actually, you know, share and that little share button below on your socials or whatever, and it allows new people to join us in. It really helps the channel as well, guys. So thank you. Thank you for trying to do these things for us as well. But big up, man. Big up. Got a bit of a funny throat, to be honest, at the moment. So you might hear me coughing a little bit here and there as well. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm going to tomorrow's game, guys. I am going to be there. I'm going to be seeing my guy Enzo Fernandez in the flesh. And we're going to talk about that game tomorrow. And, you know, what do we expect from this game? Obviously, Chelsea are sitting in a position. Let's have a look at the Premier League table, actually, before we get into everything. Chelsea are sitting, I think we're ninth, aren't we? Yeah, we're sitting ninth at the moment, right? So this is where we are at the moment. We are sitting ninth. What's going on here? There we go. So we are sitting ninth, guys, right? That's where we are. Very weird position for us, but we're there. It is what it is. 21 games. All right. 8 wins, 6 draws, 7 losses. Our recent last 5 games, 2 draws, 1 win, 2 losses. We're stuck in between that with our forms at the moment as well. We've got a game in hand. Liverpool got a game in hand on Chelsea. However, we do have a game in hand on Fulham. which would see us go ahead of them by 1 point. And probably not above Brentford because they're on better goal difference. But when you look where Chelsea are on 30 points and where Champions League is, which is 10 points away, on the same games when you think about it with Newcastle, that's where we should be looking. If we can find a decent patch of form, we may have an opportunity of creeping back in. I don't really think Tottenham are that great, in my opinion, but they will still be there. I think Brighton are playing very well, and I think they'll be in Europa League this season, in my opinion. Brentford are in great form. 4 wins with 1 draw at the moment, 4 wins, 1 draw, 33 points at the moment as well. You expect them to slowly drop off, but they ain't so far. But, things can happen. And the same with Fulham as well. So, we as Chelsea fans are waiting to see Chelsea actually start putting some wins together, right? Because let's be serious, we've been starved. We've been starved of seeing our team actually put some wins together. But most importantly, by doing that, it's also actually seeing patterns of play. It's also seeing a game plan, a style. We have Joao Felix back. We have Reece James, Ben Chilwell. Wesley Fofana's back in. N'Golo Kante's on his way back. Mateo Kovacic was training, could potentially start in tomorrow's game. We've slowly got a base slowly coming back, and we need to see a performance. That is the most key thing for tomorrow. We've been let down with no game plan, no real understanding of what we're trying to do in a game. I sit there and watch us and I'm like, right, what's the game plan? There isn't one. Patterns of play. I want to see us build up patterns of play a lot quicker. Potter's got to start implementing himself on these players. And as much as we know he's probably got a free pass this season, he's still going to have to show us as fans what he can offer, right? With what he has now, because he's got a fit squad. We've got Champions League round the corner against Dortmund, who have improved their form. And we're going to be talking about Dortmund and Chelsea for Champions League, obviously, which is next week, Wednesday, I believe. So lots and lots and lots to get into into regards to Chelsea Football Club. In the meantime, smash the likes. Over 200 people in the house already. Let's say hello to everyone in the chat and let's get into things. Big up to Jamie in the house, Leo, Solomon, Towles, Maureen, Lawrence. Who else have we got here? Big up to Jose in the house, as always. Grey Wolf's Dinner, Steve, nice to see you. Lawrence, nice to see you. Sajid, nice to see you. Ashraf, nice to see you. Sean, nice to see you. Hulky, big up, bro. Hope you're well. Yaz and Free. Rocco, nice to see you as well. Who else have we got here? We've got Mikkel here. Big up to you. Moosa's in the house as well. Big up to Aya Deji. Nice to see you, my man. Hope you're well. Honourable Dixon. Don, obviously. Big up to you. John Anderson. People slowly and surely coming through. Fazid. Nice to see you. Vic is back. Vic is back in the chat, guys. Smash the likes. Nice to see him here. Big up to Ahmed. Big up to Winchester. Big up to Lilja. Big up to Emmanuel. Nice to see you, man. Thanks for saying the truth. We need something. No more blaming the players. Yeah, we need to see something. Look, I'm so stuck in the middle. Big up to Mike as well. Mike in the house. Nice to see you, bro. Hope you're good. Look, we need to start seeing something, right? I always bang on about how, he's going to get time. And that time's cool. But time is also ticking, right? Because managers spent, the owners have spent money. The owners have given a huge backing in the January window. He's now getting players that are coming back and returning into the squad who are going to be available for him to utilise. He needs to start dropping players that he feels are not able to maybe play to the system that he wants to play, whoever that is. I'm not throwing names out, but he needs to start looking at how he can get the best balance out of the squad that he has going into games. If he doesn't find that out, he's going to make his job very hard. And it doesn't matter if the owners were willing to give him a lot of time. They need to see some sort of progression as well, as do we fans. So Graham Potter's got a big job on at the moment for me because he's got to balance a big squad, and it's a very big squad that we currently possess at the moment. And then he's got to get the best. He's got to get the best out of that big squad with his core 11, and then after that, he then has to try and carry some sustainability in our performances. So these are things that are the big question: can Chelsea sustain a winning run streak? Again, can we do that? Now we're starting to get this with the players back. Big up to Wayne in the house, man. Nice to see you, broski. Haven't seen you in a while, man. Hope you're well, my man. Big up to you. Arjun, nice to see you. Mohammed, nice to see you. Etc. Etc. We're going to come back to Graham Potter, Chelsea, and lineup and whatever else. We'll get into that a bit later. I just want to go through some quick Chelsea news as well and just break these bits down. And then we'll get into the game for West Ham. And then we'll open up the lines as well. Agreed, Jem. We need some changes, man. Some improvements, even just a little bit. Of course we do. Of course we do. Of course we do. Drops players out. Well, yeah, again, that's my point, Milo. Play players that fit your system, that are going to bring the best out of your system, that brings balance, that then brings sustainability. Bring all these things together by picking the right players. And it doesn't matter if it's going to piss off the fans or maybe piss off someone else. You know, you've got to start showing us what it is you're trying to do. So that's the big question with me, your grandpa. And that's why I still sit in the middle of all of this, because I need to see what he's going to do. Big up to Pedro. I feel sorry for him. He's going to witness a disaster class on Saturday. I hope not, mate. I hope not. We've got Joao Felix back. Enzo, you know, going there with a bit of, you know, trying to be as upbeat as I possibly can. Big up to Chelsea, Australia, bro. Nice to see you, my man. Omar, nice to see you. It's always good to see you, bro. Yeah, smash the likes as always as well. Gary is in the house as well. Big up to Gary. It's going to take time for Potter to realise what he's trust to play with. Play his way. Trust to realise who he could trust to play his way. Hopefully he can pick. Yeah, but Gary, he's also, he's also training with these, players each and every day. He needs to stick to the system that he wants to play in, whatever formation it is. And I do think that he's doing that now. I think when you look at the 4-2-3-1, the 4-3-3, he's made it very clear that that is his system. At the beginning of the season last year, he was still varying. We kept seeing a 3 at the back. Then we started seeing a 4 at the back. Then it was a 3 and then it's 4. And it was like, Thomas Tuchel was doing that. Does he not know what he was? And that was fine because he was trying to understand the players. He was trying to understand what he can get away with, what he can do. But going to the second part of the season, he has been very committed to sticking with playing with a back 4, which I'm fine for. I'm very cool for, But then you need to find the balance in your system and get the best out of them. Big up to Bobby. Nice to see you, bro, in the house. Carney as well. Big up to everyone. JP is in the building. I can't take the mediocrity. We have to win tomorrow. Tell me, bro. Feels like it, didn't it? Big up to D-Stretch as well, man. Haven't seen you in a while, bro. Hope you're good as well. Some old faces coming through. 250 people in the chat. Big up to every single one of you that are here. But smash the likes also as well. Let's keep getting them likes up. Yeah, I think if Graham gets results now, the most players are back. That will be red flag about the competence of Pop. I think if Potter gets a result now, that most players are back. That will be a red flag about the competence of Potter. Yes and no, because at the end of the day, we can't ignore the fact he had 12 injuries to deal with, or 11 injuries to deal with, in my opinion. But I get what you're saying, man. I get what you're saying. All right, let me get into things. Big up to Couch, man. Couch, big up to you. We're going to talk about that later, Couch. We're going to talk about that. We're going to do it, obviously, 11. I'm going to open up the lines as well and get you guys in as well. Nearly 250 people here. RD's in the house as well. Nice to see you, bro. Right, TGN David. Nice to see you, bro. Right. Let's get into what I've got to get into before we get into the West Ham game, because I've not been able to do that. Let's start off with this guy, hey? And this should put a smile on everyone's face that is a Chelsea fan, because this guy is world class. This guy, and I've been saying for a very long time since he's been at Chelsea, is the glue of this defence. This guy, even if he doesn't play as many games, I would love to still have within the squad mentality, experience, guidance to the defence, the young defence that Chelsea Football Club currently possess. Thiago Silva can bring all of that, because that's what he is, guys. He's a dying breed of defender, world-class dying breed of defender. And do you know what's mad of all of it? He's still playing every game in and out. Maybe he shouldn't be playing as many games as he is, but he still is, and he's still playing it at a consistent level. Doesn't matter if we ain't been consistent overall. His performances have still always been at the top. Consistent. And now he's reached a verbal agreement with Chelsea, which will take him valid until June 2024. So here we go from Fabrizio Romano as well. Drafted at the new deal being prepared. It's all done and agreed verbally as Thiago has been given the green light. Do us a favour, everyone that's currently here right now. Smash the like for Thiago Silva agreeing a contract for Chelsea. Smash the like now. Smash the like if you're happy with that. I want to see it. Nearly 200 people on Chelsea Fan TV. This should be over 100 likes now, guys. Come on. If you haven't hit that thumb, hit it for Thiago Silva now. Same with Chelsea, GNA TV. Nearly 100 people here. Only 40 likes, guys. Come on. Let's try and close the gap to 100 likes on there as well, please. If you haven't hit the thumb, please hit the thumb. Now, great news. I don't care what anyone says. I really don't care what anyone says. Thiago Silva is a baller. The legend. He is a legend. He is a legend. It's a shame we got him so late in his age, though. And even though he's still class and it is, can you imagine him at Chelsea 4 years ago? Oh, mate. Do you know what I mean? 5 years ago. Best centre-back in the world, and he's almost 40. I think he's easily the best centre-back in the league. Name me a better centre-back in the league than Thiago Silva right now. And if there is any rival fans salty in here, it's only you that are going to disagree with us. So name me any better defender than Thiago Silva in the Premier League right now. Go on. I'd love to see people try. Big up to Couch, man. Big up to Couch. Big up to Son as well. There isn't. The answer is there isn't. There's nothing better than Thiago Silva. There ain't one, Bobby. That's it. I've not seen anyone come back with a comment. Not anyone. No one. No one can say crap. He's the best centre-back in the world. Arsenal fans would say Saliba. Yeah, they probably would. And Saliba's had a good season, to be fair. I'm not even going to knock Saliba because I think he's actually quite a good defender. But he ain't Thiago Silva, mate. He ain't Thiago Silva. So big up to Thiago Silva on renewing himself till June 2024. And do you know what's so mad about this all completely? Is that Thiago Silva and Reece James, one of probably our two most important players, in my opinion. Don't want everyone to get angry when I say this. Oh, no, you can't say. In my opinion, Thiago Silva and Reece James are the most two important people in our team at the moment. And have been for a while. They are injury, and we've seen it without Reece James. How unbalanced we are without Reece James. With Thiago Silva, you remove him out, you lose that confidence, that comfortability from the back, playing out from the back, that understanding that he has with defenders, that they look better, that he makes them look good. I'm not saying they're not good, but he brings them to his level. Then it's going to be down to them to then, for him to then like rub off of him so that they can be like him. And that's why I want him to stay, because I want them to be like him moving forward once they go into their primes and stuff. But we got these two for a combined amount of £0, guys. As much as Chelsea Football Club has spent on players, we have spent zilch on these two players who, for me, are one of our most important. Add Kante as well. Yeah, obviously, Kante's there, but, he's not here because he's always injured. Ballers. Absolute ballers. They're not on his level. They're not on his level, bro, for sure. They're definitely not on his level. So, yeah, it's good, man. It's good times. Now, let's go and talk about people that I don't really want to have to talk about, but we've got to talk about it because it's news, We've got to talk about them. Where's it gone? Fabrizio Romano, where are you, mate? There you are. Chelsea and LAFC are still waiting for Aubameyang to decide on his potential MLS move. It's crucial steps to proceed on a loan deal. Chelsea are looking for solutions for Oba, as MLS can be an option, but the green light on player still is needed as of now. So basically, he's not fucking off, is he? He's still it. We've made it very clear we don't even want him in the squad. Graham Potter's made it clear. Dropped him out of the Champions League team. Doesn't get played. The fact that we have to continuously play Kai Havertz there goes to answer everything, doesn't it? Because you've actually got a striker that you should be playing because he's a striker, but you're not playing him. Why are you not playing him? Attitude problem, let me guess, because I saw it when I was at the bridge when he was walking up and down the side, looking like a face like a slapped ass. He didn't want to be here, mate. And people go, yeah, well, what do you mean? Like, if I was him, I'd be annoyed because Havertz is getting in front of him all the time. No. How about it's probably his attitude? How about it's that he's probably came here for Thomas Tuchel? How about is it that he don't want, like, for me, I was always on the fence with Aubameyang. I told you guys when he came, I said, I am not sure about this. I am not sure. And I was only going to be really sure on it with Tuchel at that point, because Tuchel would have been the only reason why I might have thought, you know what? He's played with him before. You might be able to get the best out of him, right? But now Graham Potter, obviously we sacked Tuchel, we're bringing Graham Potter, and then we're trying to get the best out of someone that maybe Potter don't even want, probably would never have wanted in the first place. Maybe that is Potter being strict. Maybe that is Potter, what I said, being like, I don't actually want him. It don't work. Doesn't suit what I'm trying to do. It's not good enough. I don't know. But just for me, get rid of him. I can't be asked for it. Can't be asked. People stick up for him over Kai Havertz and whatever. Fine. But like, really? Like, deep it? Like, why is it so hard for him to get into the team? What is the actual problems? Why have we dropped him? There's obviously an issue. Whether it's rubbing off against the squad, I don't know. Like, Lewis, he loves Lukaku, he loves Aubameyang, but he hates Havertz. Work that one out. Get that one out. You know, we shouldn't actually be having to play Havertz as a 9. We should actually be playing strikers who are strikers in their positions. But we can't. For whatever reasons. But I'm pretty sure it's more than just them coming on the pitch and whatever. So, I don't know. You know, it is what it is. At least Kai, he has more touches. He's just not effective in front of goal. That's the biggest problem with Kai Havertz. He doesn't pull it in the back of the net. Why are you playing Kai Havertz up front? He don't put it back in the net. Yeah, you're right. Jesus, sod's law. He's not a striker, guys. We're playing a player in a position that's not his position, and we're not playing strikers that we have in their position. Why are we not playing strikers that we have in their position? Because there's obviously problems behind the scenes. There's a bit of common sense sometimes. Maybe the manager doesn't value him. Maybe he's fell out with the manager. Maybe he just doesn't suit what we're trying to do. You know, Lukaku had his chance. He shat on us, didn't he? Done the interview. But we already know all this. We already know all this. Big up to KSA, man. Nice to see you as well in the chat. 350 people in the house. Yeah, just bin, man. Just bin. I ain't got time for it, you know. Go in the bin, mate. Get in the bin. Don't go anywhere. Right. What about this? Azpilicueta and his thoughts on why he continued to stay at Chelsea. I had better options in terms of contract years and salary elsewhere, but it was a matter of loyalty to the club that gave me everything. Says that Azpilicueta. Do you know what? As much as we dig Azpilicueta for staying and getting Thomas Tuchel giving him a 2-year extension, it does go to show that he actually could have left. He could have actually left, and we would have just had no one there. Let's be serious. Until Malagusto obviously has been signed. And the fact that he's actually chose to stay with us over loyalty more than actual money, just big up to Azpilicueta, man. He's a legend to me. He'll always be a legend. He is on a decline. I don't want to see him playing every single game. But the fact that he could probably see that the club was in a little bit of a shithole, let's be serious, or on its way sort of building itself back up. And you know, he felt like he had to, he owed it to the fans to still stay here, to see it through. And as much as I don't like seeing him in the team, I got to big him up in terms of his loyalty to be able to turn away terms of, you know, salaries and contracts elsewhere, just to be here for this club. And yeah, we moan about him being in the team and whatever, but big up to Azpilicueta, man, for actually giving some sort of loyalty. Big up to Sam in the house as well. Nice to see her. Hope you're good. Big up to everyone, man. Vinny's here as well. Big up to Undertaker CFC as well. You know, big up to him. You know, you can't knock that. Forget what he's like on the pitch, whether he's useless. People don't like seeing him on there. I've been one of them. I don't really like seeing him playing too much. Forget all that. The fact that he's actually, you know, putting his feelings, shall I say, his feelings towards Chelsea and shown loyalty, to ignore all that is a big thing to me. You know, he deserves a banner. Get the banner out. Let's get a banner for Azpilicueta, guy. Nearly 400 people here as well, man. Big up to you guys. Only 24 minutes in, nearly 400 in the chat. How many likes we got? Smash the like for Thiago Silva's contract. Smash the like for Azpilicueta turning down contracts and deciding to stay at Chelsea. If you don't hit the thumb, you're not loving this. Smash the likes that you get to see Enzo Fernandez tomorrow against West Ham. Smash the like that you get to see Joao Felix back against West Ham. How many times have I got to tell you to smash the like? I've given you 5 different reasons why you should smash the like. Smash the like, guys. Let's get them likes up. Let's get them likes up because I know we ain't got enough likes. Thiago. Right, let's talk about Joao Felix quickly. And then we're going to get into the game. We've still got to talk about the game. Joao Felix, because there's been comments in around him. And we're going to get into them. Because he goes on to say that Joao Felix, I feel very good at Chelsea. I like the club. There's no option to buy in the contract. So if they want to keep me, they'll have to find an agreement with Atletico. I'm getting to know the club. I like it. We never know the future. The future, my friend, is in your hands, Joao Felix. The future is in your hands. You know, you haven't started off well. I mean, you started off good on the pitch, but then you got yourself sent off, mate. You know, that wasn't great because you're only on a 6-month loan. So we've already lost you for 20% of what we're actually paying you in terms of games being played. So that's 20% out the window. So now the last 80%, mate, you better start kicking forward. He also goes on to say that we don't know if my stage at Atletico is over. We'll only know in the summer, but I don't regret signing for Atleti, is what he says. Gil Marin, the Atleti CEO, always trusted me a lot. He sees me as a hope for the future for Athletic. So we'll see. So he still feels that the Atletico, even though they've loaned him, they still value him. Obviously, we know that Simeone might be moving on, vice, you know, and whatever else. Maybe they can, in many ways, attract him to stay. Joao Felix also says on Enzo Fernandez that he will surely become one of the best midfielders in Europe, guys, is what Joao Felix says about Enzo Fernandez. That's how good he thinks Enzo Fernandez, my baller, my player, is. You know, our player, not just my player, our player. And then it goes on here. Joao Felix, Chelsea is a top club, and it's so easy to feel it's very, very rich club. What? Chelsea is a top club, and it's so easy to feel it's very, very rich club. It was easy to adapt for me. I spoke to Potter immediately. It was very positive. Enzo has adapted very fast. He's worth the 121 million euros, and he's a top talent. So he's bigging up Enzo Fernandez, but he's also saying, I'm at a club that has lots of money. Yeah, you're at a club that has tons of money, that has has been given debt-free by Roman Abramovich, the warrior, you know, the legend that he is, and will always be a legend of this football club in our owner, Roman Abramovich, yeah? But now you've got to show these owners why they should buy you. Now you've got to show the manager. Now you've got to show the fans. You've got to show us on a consistent basis what you can offer. Because you're going to cost us some pennies, mate. Let's be serious. He's going to cost about, what, 80 mil? Minimum? They're going to want 80 to 90 mil for him. I'm not joking. Especially if he kicks on. And this is the thing, right? If he kicks on, Joao Felix, they're in control of what the market and what value. And especially against Chelsea, who have loads of money, they're just going to do what every other club does to us. That's what they're going to do. You know, they're going to really take the piss out of this football club and try and charge us an arm and leg. So for now, I will keep saying this when it comes to Joao Felix. Like I do. He deserves, obviously, to be in the team. I want to see him playing, especially tomorrow and forward. But he needs to show us why these owners should spend that money on him. But not only that, fit in the system, fit in Graham Potter's ideas, fit with the players, the chemistry. All of these little things that we haven't seen in the last 2 years with the different forwards that we've had. He needs to show us fans that he can, in many ways, be a little bit of the difference, along with Mudryk and Madueke and Enzo and whoever else we're playing around him. You know, I need to see chemistry and consistency, and he needs to be effective. You know, if you're going to spend that kind of money on him, he needs to it has to be worth it. It has to work. He must fit in what we're doing. So I am interested to see how Joao Felix plays in these next couple of months. And then we'll have a discussion about Joao Felix and whether Chelsea should spend that type of money in bringing Joao Felix to the club. That's when we will have the discussion. But as of right now, whether you're a Joao Felix lover, whether you're not, let's just wait, guys. Let's just wait and see. Big up to Lee. He says, I can't wait to see Felix play tomorrow. He brought so much more to our game against Fulham. He did. And I thought it was a good little cameo for him. You know, even though there were certain things in the game that I think, obviously, he's not, for me, didn't look like he was a goal scorer in that game with the amount of chances he had. But, however, I ain't going to judge him. I'm going to wait. And I'm going to give him a chance. Like I gave every other forward at Chelsea a chance. And I want to see what he can offer. So big up to you for the super chat, bro, as always. Big up to you. Lukaku, Felix. Do you know what? I would actually do that. If they actually wanted him for that, I'll do it. We'll throw you a bit of money on top as well. Do you know what I mean? And you can keep him. Right, moving away from Joao Felix, guys. Let's quickly talk about this as well, which is to do with managers. Now, everyone's been going a little bit crazy on social media about this Hansi Flick situation. I heard the Hansi Flick is an idea as a potential replacement for Graham Potter. I know about the rumours that surfaced after he was spotted at the bridge, but he was actually there because of Kai Havertz. I mean, the logical side of it would probably tell me that that is true. You know? There's no doubt he's a great manager, you know, and the pressure will be there on Potter. Like I said to you at the beginning of the show, he's going to have to start making it work with what he has. Full fit squad coming back, ammunition given to him in January. He needs to make things work as a manager. We need to start seeing patterns of play. We need to have a game plan. I want to see what it is that he wants to achieve, what he wants to do, the football philosophy. He might have to make some raw decisions to get in the best out of his system, which means he might have to drop players. I repeat, drop players, which is fine. Do whatever you have to do to get the best out of this squad. And find your core 11. Find that 11 that brings the best out of what it is you're trying to do. And then stick to it. And then build your sustainability on the back of it. So we already know he wants to play 4-2-3-1 in my opinion. Or a 4-3-3, whatever way you want to look at it. Now he needs to stick at it. But with Hansi Flick hanging around and whatever, I don't really think it's true. I'll be honest with you. Maybe we've had discussions on here and there, whatever, but I do think the owners are backing Potter. Maybe they're saying to him, you know, things don't work in the next season or so. Keep an eye out. We might want you. But he was there for Kai Havertz, and that makes sense, doesn't it, really? He's there to watch Kai Havertz for whatever reasons, you know? So, yeah, I wouldn't look too much into this whole manager thing at the moment. I think Graham Potter will get a free ride this season. However, it just depends how the season plans out because he can't have a free ride and we finish 16th, 17th. I'm just saying, he needs to be progressing. He needs to show us what it is he's trying to do. And that's the real question here with him as well. Who scores just win? Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Guys, nearly 450 of you here as well. We are going to talk about West Ham Chelsea in a second. We're literally going to come to that after this topic, actually. Then we're going to open up the lines as well. Chelsea are looking for clubs in France to buy as they're interested in multi-club ownership models. Bordeaux are one of them. There was another one as well they were looking at. I think it was Dijon or something. People were trying to understand, why are Chelsea doing this? What are they doing? Why would they look at other clubs? Well, I think the real reasons are of all of this is revenue. Revenue is a big push in it. They want to make money in various ways, which will then grow the global brand of this football club by doing that. Yes, it will allow us to both benefit from it as well, because when we buy players that are young and we want to loan them, rather than just loan them anywhere, we can throw them to whatever club we decide to buy and ask them to develop them or play them, you know, and on top of them getting these players that are young prospects, they might benefit from it because they might do better, you know, moving forward, you know. And then it's not about, and you know, the thing is, guys, it's not about these players going there and then coming back to Chelsea and getting in the team all the time, because not every single player that we buy and loan is going to make it. Let's just be serious, they're not. It's also about trying to play him into some sort of form at the same time, but also when they're young, they become an investment. You know, and if they're playing in a French league, which is a league that I feel is getting better, stronger, teams are, you know, all right, PSG still stand out, but, you know, they're not what they were 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, in my opinion. They're better. You know, it allows them to be more competitive. It allows them to maybe come back from the French league into the Premier League and maybe be loaned to a Premier League team, which then Chelsea will earn money from an investment side. This is why I'm saying to you guys, it's not just always about buying clubs and giving them players so that we can get them back and put them in our team. It's about actually revenue, investments, selling players on that maybe ain't just good enough, but are good. But you could sell them to a team like, I don't know, Brighton. Let's just give you an example. Brighton. who have a great model, and they look at that player and they go, do you know what? He's not going to make it in Chelsea, but for us, you know, it would really kick us on. It suits everything we're doing. This is what we're trying to do. We want him. And then they go to Bowley and Ekbali and they say, we want him. That is the idea with the whole the structure of having, you know, other clubs. You know, having other clubs, in my opinion. So, yeah, there we go, guys. There we go. We are going to highlight Graham Potter's interview, which is something I need to do soon. Well, actually, I can actually do now. I think he's talking now. He's even on now. I think he is, isn't he? Yeah, he's on now. 2 seconds. In the meantime, you know what I'm going to ask you to do? As there's over 400 people here, smash the likes, man. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? All right, so we've got some news. We can kind of fly through the team news in around West Ham and Chelsea, guys, which we'll go through on Absolute Chelsea's page because they always seem to have it up. So he talks about Cucurella, and he says that they are human beings and have private lives. Mark isn't the only one. You understand the supporters. They pay the money. They have to deal with stuff. He's fine. He's going about his work. He knows he's not in the best form at the moment. So, you know, I would say with Cucurella, yeah, people were getting on his back, this, that, and the other. He has been quite inconsistent, and I get that. But I think time needs to be given, guys. You know what I mean? I think time needs to be given, in my opinion, on this, you know. And then he goes on to say that on Aubameyang, no, nothing to report on loan move. He's been training with us, conducting himself well. And that's all he ever says. He never really elaborates on Aubameyang when he's asked about him. You know, he goes on to the team news, guys. We've got some team news here with you as well. This is the team news. Graham Potter on team news. They are all getting closer and closer. Wesley and Dennis Zakaria have been training with the team. Good. Raheem set back in training. Oh, great. So Raheem Sterling is a doubt. He got kicking training on side of Nick. Someone kicked him in training side. Mateo Kovacic has changed, but too soon for him. So no Kovacic. However, he said Wesley and Zakaria have been training with the team. So does that mean that they're available? So there's the news for you right there. I'm going to copy and paste that actually into the chat. So people that are coming in. And this is live, guys, as we speak. This is breaking news on team news on Chelsea as well for you guys. So as you come in, we're just quickly highlighting that. So there we go. No Raheem, no Mateo. Wesley and Zakaria have trained. Graham Potter and Joao Felix has trained. It's great. We all see our stories on impact before the red card. You can see his quality every day. A player who can make the difference for us. Again, we know he keeps elaborating on this. Talks about Benoit Badiashile. The most important thing is to focus on West Ham for any future game. We are happy with Benoit. He is in our thoughts for West Ham. We will think about Wednesday after. Obviously, we've got Dortmund on Wednesday, so he's probably going to have to balance, maybe rest players here and there. He's got 5 subs, right? So utilize the subs, Graham Potter. Utilize the subs is what I would say. Well, you might force. Oh no, that means fucking Enzo's going to play. No. Oh no. That means Enzo Fernandez is going to be playing in a deep role again with 2 8s. If we don't have another fit 6 available, we are fucked in the midfield again. Oh, fucking hell. I thought we'd got a 6 back. It's been over a week, man. I thought we'd have had Kovacic or Zakaria or someone back. Oh, no. Poor Enzo, man. Fuck's sake. He's going to be stuck there. I want to see Enzo with Zakaria at some. So do I. I thought that would have been the game tomorrow. Enzo and Zakaria in the middle. Could we see Loftus-Cheek played there? Do you think Loftus-Cheek? Is Loftus-Cheek fit? Do we know if Loftus-Cheek's fit, guys? It goes on to say that Graham Potter and poor away form, it's not static statistics that we liked and something we are trying to address. So he knows we've got a bad form. It's my job when you coach players. There is a process you go through. You have to be patient understand the context and the situation, there'll be lots to talk around the pressure and time. Well, this is what I said to you guys earlier, right? Pressure, time, getting things right. You know, it's going to have to kick on. The owners are probably sitting there in front of him and going, right, your team's coming back now. I know it's been shit the last fucking God knows how long, but you're going to have to start getting things, things are going to have to start happening. Like, we need to start seeing something. I know, but at least he can play in the 6, Mo. Otherwise, we're going to have Enzo. We're going to end up having Enzo as the lone 6 again with 2 8s. No. Hell no. Hell no. He was, wasn't he? I swear he was moaning a lot at what was in front of him, Enzo. I remember watching him as well. I could see it. Chalobah has been, but he's not going to play him there, Ashraf. You know, we keep saying he's not always going to play him there. He's going to do it. He won't do it, mate. He's just not going to do it. He's not going to do it, man. He's going to. Graham Potter on European Super League. My position hasn't changed. It's the Premier League, UCL. You should get there on Sporting Merit. That's my position still. Basically, he's just cut corners. He's not really answering his thoughts on the European Super. There's talks about a potential new league being put together, and apparently Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Juventus are leading this, trying to get people to join and agree to all of this as well. Guys, smash the likes. Come on. I've only got 146 likes, and it's over nearly 400 people on Chelsea Fan TV over there. Come on, guys. Let's get the likes up there. GNA TV, we've got over 100. Come on, guys. We've only got 66 likes there, though. So come on, please smash the like. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe to both channels. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification button. You know, we've got lots of football coming up. We've got Dortmund. We've got the match review to West Ham, which will be Sunday, 12 o'clock. We'll be doing the match reaction to the West Ham game. I'll be back from the game. I'm going tomorrow, but I'll be back. And then we've got Dortmund on Wednesday. So we've got the match preview for Dortmund Tuesday. Lots of football. And then we've got the match reaction on Thursday. So there's a lot. You're getting a lot from me. And that's all before I go away again, by the way, which I haven't told you yet. But yeah, I'm going away, which means you ain't going to see me for a little bit. What's he going on about now? I'm talking about London derbies. I'm not sure if it helps with current form. Historically, they are always tough games. David Moyes' sides are always organised. Yet we know this. For us, it's understanding the environment. London derbies, match their intensity, start the game well, and then try to make the 3 points. Yeah, I don't really think he's saying much, is what I'm saying to you guys. He's not saying much, is he, today? No, I'm getting actually quite bored. I'm getting bored. I've come away from it. He's not saying anything interesting. All we know is Kovacic and Raheem Sterling are doubts. Zakaria and Wesley Fofana are training. Whether or not they're fit, we'll see. They'll probably be on the bench, which means Enzo Fernandez will be on his own in a 6 again. Pain. And I'm there. Yes, bro. Dominican Republic. I'm going on the 22nd of February for 2 weeks. I will be there. So I will miss... In fact, I miss Tottenham game, which is a shame. Leeds game. I missed 3 games overall, which just sucks, really. I am thinking about streaming out there, though. I'm thinking about taking all my equipment, going out there, and sitting in the room and going live. But I might get told off. Might get told off if I do that. Mrs. might come after me. That's all we've got, George. That is literally all we've got. Now let's get into obviously the let's get into the heads to heads. So Chelsea versus West Ham. We played each other 119 times, where Chelsea won 54. West Ham have lost. Sorry, we've won 54. We've lost 43. Jesus, we've won. They're closing the gap to how many times we haven't beaten them that much. Then we've drawn 22 times, beaten 54 times, and lost 43 times. Jesus, that's closer than I thought. Our biggest wins against them was 6-2 in 1966. 4-0, they beat us in 1981, and then they beat us 4-0 in 85. So these are older than us, but then we beat them 4-0 in 2008. Yeah, we did. We slapped them. Kai Havertz, with his 88th minute winner, was the last game round, if you remember. We just about won it. Our last 5 meetings, we've lost, drawn, lost, won, lost. We have a stinky record at the London Stadium. We've lost 3, won 1, drawn 1. That is bad, guys. That is not good. Big up to Carlito, bro. Nice to see him in the house. Nice to see you, bro. Hope you're good. Post games do not matter. It has no effect on what happens tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, Sterling's out for tomorrow yet. Kovacic is also a doubt. It's just for Zakaria and Wesley Fofana that are back in. Oh, Carlito, funny, man. Yeah, funny. We're going to do team lineups next, by the way. That's the next video. Then we're going to open up the lines. We're going to open up the lines and let you guys come in and have your say. Our last 5 Premier League results have been 2 draws, 2 losses, and 1 home win. We've only won 1 game in our last 5, guys. That is stinky. That stinks. Last season's trip to the London Stadium ended in a rare derby defeat despite Mason Mount's stunning goal. I remember that Mason Mount goal on the volley. Do you remember? Ball over the top, and he sort of side-footers it, bottom corner on the volley. Good finish. But yeah, guys, and when you look at the actual head-to-heads between both these clubs, well, we've won our last 2 games against them, but obviously both of them games were at home. Lost away, but then beat them away. So beat them 1-0 away back in 21, and then we lost in December away to them 3-2. I remember that game, stinky game, man. And then they beat us again. No, they didn't. Sorry, we beat them, and then they beat us again. We've not had a great record at their stadium, man. Definitely not. Well, we're going to talk about that now. I remember it. Don't worry, RD. I haven't forgot about your love for Pulisic and how much you love him. Let's quickly do it, and then we're going to open up the lines because I want to get people in. Let them have their say as well. I think it's going to be a 4-2-3-1 based on what we know. We know Sterling's out. We know Kovacic is a doubt. We know Zakaria and Fofana are on the bench. I'm going to go on. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to do what I think Potter's going to do. All right. I'm going to do what I think Potter's going to do. And then I'm going to do what I want to do. Right. And then we're going to open up the lines. I think we're going to go back to a 4-3-3. I think he's going to play Kepa, obviously, because we haven't got anyone else. Do you know what? I think, actually. Is he going to play Cucurella or Chilwell? I don't think he's going to play Chilwell. I think he's going to play Cucurella again. Fuck it. I think he's going to play Cucurella. Chilwell's not. Chilwell's just not been back. I'm doing Graham Potter's lineup, Carlito. This ain't Jem's lineup. This is Graham Potter's lineup, right? Let's get to it. Badiashile's playing, mate. He's just been, for me, Badiashile has been class. He really has. He really has. He really has impressed me, Badiashile. Him and Thiago Silva's performances have been El Monstro. I do think Reece James will play. That's not even a doubt. He started him in the other game when he shouldn't have. But I can see James. I just think Cucurella will play. I'd like to see Chilwell, but I don't think he's fit. And then he's going to play my player, my baller, my guy, the World Cup winner, Enzo Fernandez, in a position that I don't want to see him in. But he's going to play him there again, in my opinion. I want to see him next to a 6. Give me a 6. But he's not going to do that. He's going to do this. He's going to play Enzo Fernandez. Right? And then he's going to play. This is what I think he's going to do, right? This is going to be a bit weird for you guys, all right? Actually, do you know what? I need to think about this. I think he's going to play Mount. I think Mount's going to play. Still got a fear Mount's going to play. Just got this feeling. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then I think on top of that, I think he's going to do this. He's going to do. I think it's going to be weird tomorrow. It's going to be weird. Trust me. It's going to be weird. And then he's going to play Mudryk. And then he's going to play, I think he's going to play Havertz. Then he's going to play, he can't play, no, he's got to play Madueke. I'm sorry. He can't play Ziyech after that performance. I think he's going to do something like this. I think Felix will be the one that goes forward more here, and Mount will be more the guy that sits with Enzo, but he won't be. He'll be more like up here in the 8. And then Enzo will be sitting doing this. I think he's going to do. I've just got this feeling he's going to do that. Right? I don't think Gallagher's going to play. Sterling's not fit. Sterling's a doubt. We haven't got defending. That's the problem. We've got Enzo. Who else can we use to defend? To name me a midfield that we have that can actually defend right now. We've got no Kovacic. Zakaria, we don't think is going to start. He's just come back in, right? Do you know what? I don't know. No, because we haven't got any. How can we say we've got no defence structure when we have no defender? We have no defensive midfielders. Why do we do this? We haven't got it, guys. So what is he going to do? This is my point. Yeah, but again, Go AM. He's not going to do that. We just know he's not going to do that. He's not going to put Chalobah in the middle, even though I'd like to see it. What I would do, if you're asking me what I would do, so this is what this is actually what I think Potter's going to do. I think he's just going to go attackive. You know, we're going to have no balance in the midfield. Enzo's going to be left on his own. Mount's going to have to work hard. Felix is going to be up here. We're going to try and be effective up there. What I would do, where is this formation thing? Here we go. This is what I would do. Ignore the 4-2-3-1 because it's a weird 4-2-3-1 setting on here. But what I would do is I would put and you might not like it, but at least he can play there to a degree. I would put Ruben there, put Felix there, put Havertz there. I'd play a 4-2-3-1. And I'd have Loftus-Cheek, who's available, with Fernandes in the middle. So at least there's a 6. Even though he's not a great 6, we've seen him do it with Kovacic. We've seen him do it with Jorginho. And I actually think he'll be the one that can actually sit more, Ruben, and just break up play. Yeah? And then Enzo. I would like Zakaria. I would like to see Zakaria. And what I would like to see more, if Zakaria was ready, is Zakaria, Enzo Fernandez, Felix up here, Mudryk down the left, Madueke down the right, and I think Havertz will be up front. I think that Havertz and Felix chemistry is going to be interesting. See if they can link up and whatever. But I would play Zakaria, in my opinion. But I think Ruben will play if he's fit and available. That's what I would do if that was me. With what he said we haven't got and who's coming back and what we have available, this is what I would do. This is just my opinion. Big up, bro. Big up. Big up. Yeah, because we haven't got anything. People like, I don't get this. Do you just want 2 8s in a 4-3-3? Or do you want to go to a 4-2-3-1 and play Felix in the 10, where we want to see him, with Mudryk on the left and Madueke on the right and Havertz? So you have your forward crop, which should tick, yeah? And you have Enzo behind, doing his bit, but at least he can do it with someone else next to him. So he hasn't got to stay, like my point is, he hasn't got to stay here. Just ignore Madueke for now, right? He hasn't got to do it here. Because if he's in a 4-3-3, he's going to be doing what he did at Fulham, deeper. And that might work because I've seen him do it. Don't get me wrong, he can do it. But I just want to see him with someone next to him. At least Ruben will sit and Enzo can be a bit more adventurous. Enzo will defend. Enzo will get back. Enzo will intercept. Enzo can do it all. I keep telling people this. But I want Enzo to be more effective in our team from the deep line when we're moving forward. Being able to pick out passes to Joao Felix in here, with Mudryk with his speed down here, and Madueke with his dribbling ability down here. Havertz is going to have no excuse because he's going to have the creativity. Creativity from left to right, to Enzo Fernandez, to Joao Felix running in behind, trying to get around him to help him. It could be effective. That's what I would do with what we have. That's what I would do. Yeah, but we've got no choice. We don't play Aubameyang. You just want to play Datro Fofana up there, maybe. All right, you put. I don't think he's going to do this. I don't think he's going to drop Havertz. I think Havertz will play. I think because he wants to see. I think he wants to see the chemistry with Havertz and Felix. I think they want to see this. But I would, I wouldn't have no problems with Fofana playing. No way. Of course. I just don't think he'd do that. Guys, I've opened up the lines. He can do it all. He can do it all, Benjamin. That is what he is. He is a baller. Big up to Top Dog, who says Chukwuemeka next to Enzo. But he won't. Yeah, again, good option. But will he do that? I don't think he'll do that. I genuinely don't think he'll do that. Thank you for the donation, Top Dog, as well. Thank you for that. I appreciate it, as always. He won't play him. That's what I'm saying, people. He's not going to play Fofana. Even though I think he's not going to do it. He's going to play for me, man. What are we saying, CFC Cyprus?
Well, it's a good lineup, but I reckon that he might go for something a bit more crazy, in my view.
I thought it was crazy with the 4-3-3 that I went with, to be honest.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I reckon he might choose to put Felix as a striker, and then he might put in the position that you put Felix, Mason Mount. He might do that.
What, you think you'll have Havertz drop?
Yeah, he might do that. I believe it.
Mount needs to get dropped.
Mate,
for his own good, man.
I'm just seeing it from the perspective of the manager. He can do anything. He's that crazy.
Well, he's
made about 70 changes since coming. He might change 5 or 6 players.
Oh, but don't get me wrong. He's got the availability in terms of numbers. The only bit the area that he hasn't got the availability is the midfield again, and it means that Enzo, I feel, is going to end up playing more of a deep role in the 4-3-3, which is what I think he will do. I want a 4-2-3-1, in my opinion, to get Felix, Mudryk, and Madueke in behind the 3 with whoever's up front.
There is a solution you could do, but there is no way Paul would do it. It's like a Zinchenko role of Reece, where he could go into midfield if you could. The thing is, he would never do that.
He's not going to do it. That's the thing. People are saying put Chalobah there. He's not going to put Chalobah there. He doesn't do it. I'm trying to go on what we know, rather than just going, we can do this, we can do that.
I'd rather Loftus there than Chalobah. Chalobah gives me no confidence right now.
I think Loftus will play there. Yeah, I mean, if he's available, why not put him there? At least Enzo can be next to someone of a 6 and play, be a little bit more expansive in his game. Because if we don't have another 6 on there and he's the only one again, he's not going to be able to break forward in that. Yeah, he can do it from deep, and we saw it against Fulham. But I want to see him next to a 6-man. That's when you'll see more of Enzo. Do you know what I mean? I keep telling people this. You have to see. Don, what you saying?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think Ruben's definitely the best option to go in that 6 next to Enzo, because I definitely don't want to see Gallagher in that double pivot again. Tuchel tried him there, just did not work. Potter's tried him there, it just hasn't worked. So as much as Ruben's more of a ball carrier and defensively he's not the greatest, out of all the options that we've got available, I think he's the best option. This is where it's annoying when it comes to Jorginho. I get the logic around getting some money for him, but we could have actually done with him to stay and play next to Enzo, because Enzo, like you've said, Jem, I need to see him more further up on the pitch and not having to think about defending as much. But I think Ruben is the best option to play next to Enzo. But I hope you guys are prepared to see Gallagher there, because there's a few rumors coming out already that Gallagher's going to play in that 6.
Yep.
So, boy, just strap up and be ready for it.
It's going to be what we saw against Fulham. That's what it's going to be.
What, do you think it'll be a 4-3?
I think he's going to do a 4-3-3 against us. I do. I've just got this feeling. And he's going to play Felix. He might play Felix off the right, or saying, I don't know.
He might play Hall in midfield instead of Gallagher.
It might be 4-2-3-1.
You never know.
Mate, Madueke has to start.
I think it's gonna go with the double pivot, because West Ham have got a good midfield, man. They've got Rice and Paqueta, and then they're still playing what's his name? I've got his name now. What's that guy that's been there for a couple of years now?
Suchek.
That's it, Suchek. Yeah, so it's quite physical in there. So I think I think he'll play a double pivot instead of playing that 4-3-3 with Enzo just holding by himself. I do think Gallagher will play in that 6. And Gallagher stinks anyway, but in that 6, he bongs out the place completely. So just be ready
because
for
it's
it.
not a six, that's why playing players in positions that are not supposedly meant to be there.
Is
It don't
Lewis
matter
full
who we
fit?
play. We're
Does
going to
anyone know
get
if
battered
Lewis
either
Hall's
way
fit?
in midfield. Whoever we play will get battered in midfield. So,
Well, no, if we play Zakaria next to Enzo, I'd like to see that, to be honest. At least Zakaria will sit more. We have a little bit more stability in the midfield, you know what I mean? But he's not going to do that. I think he's on the bench. Well, he's available, but he's not. I don't think he'll start, will he?
That's what I'm saying. There's better options there, like Zakaria, but I'm just going off of who's actually been fitter longer, because Ruben's been back in the team longer than Zakaria has. And knowing Potter, we can see already, like, he's not going to throw him in there. So I do think it will either be Ruben or Gallagher, but I don't know. I just feel like it'll be Gallagher just because he doesn't seem to ever get injured, that guy. And he's just got all this energy, but he just hasn't got the awareness or the defensive.
Yeah, do you know what I would say to that?
play the role.
How do you get Joao Felix in the team if you're playing, like we said, a Gallagher and a Mount? Because then the only position you can play him is off the right.
No. It will just be one of them. It will just be one of them. It will be Gallagher or Mount. But I reckon it will be Gallagher. I think Mount gets dropped this game, and then Felix will go in at 10.
3-4-3. Charlie's saying, could we switch the 4 to a 3 at the back? Could we do that? I don't know if that would work. Let's have a quick look.
No, we're not going back to that.
Nah.
I don't see
then
him doing
then
that.
you have to play Koulibaly or the Chalobah, and
Or
then
Fofana.
Fuck me, this is a mess. What have I done here? Jesus.
I don't see us going 3 at the back. Like, nah, that's not going to happen. Well, we're going to get bossed in midfield if we do that. It's not going to happen.
That means Felix will have to play up top on himself, and there's no point.
We will get absolutely dominated in midfield. And Rice, don't forget, Rice is playing this game as well. You know, like, he knows Todd and that are going to be watching. He's going to want to impress. He's going to have a game of his life. So if we play 2 in midfield, we are just looking to get doggied in there. Like, let's be honest.
It's going to be 4-2-4, mate. Havertz, take Mount off, and then just put Havertz there, probably.
That's not the worst. That's not the worst.
And then just do like a 4-2-4 and put Mudryk there, and just put Robin and just do a 4-2-4. Fuck it. Not James there, though. What's James doing there? Go over there.
Does anyone actually want to see Dacho Fofana up front? Or
Yeah.
I just don't.
100%.
I don't see how that
Dacho.
makes any difference.
Because
Is he like? I don't know with that try though. It's like, yeah, he's a natural striker. Try it. I agree, but it's just like I don't think Potter will do it. I just don't. This is why again I don't put him in there because I just don't.
The thing is with me, Jem, right? The thing was with me, yeah, is that the substitutions are coming too late, and a lot of them that he's made so far, it's just like, why did you make that sub then, and why did you make that sub as well? Like the personnel for me, if you're not going to start Fofana, if Havertz hasn't done anything in the first half, give him 5-10 minutes in the second and take him off. And give Fofana a decent amount of time to do something. Do you know what I mean? Not 10-15 minutes at the end of the game.
Josh, I mean, I ain't gonna listen to Kinsella, mate. I don't care. Fuck this. I can't have Conor Gallagher and Enzo in the 6. No, you might as well not have anyone next to Enzo and play Gallagher in the 6. You might as well just leave him there in the first place because that's what you're gonna do playing him next to Gallagher. You might as well just play Gallagher further forward if you're gonna do that. Do you know what I mean? Not in the 6. Jesus.
you know what's surprising to me? Why I'm surprised that managers would choose Gallagher in the 6 over Mount. I think Mount's skill set is a bit better than Gallagher, so I don't know why that happens.
You could see, man. It might
They
actually
would
be.
both get cooked in that position, man.
I mean, if they both get cooked, but they still play, which one is the lesser evil? You know, I would rather put Mount next to Fernandez. I mean, granted, he's not playing well right now, but I'm just saying in general.
I think that's how they go fuel to the fire right here with Mao as a 6.
Me seeing Mount play wants to make me throw up.
I mean, you got to learn at some point, you know.
I think you'll want to see Mount with Felix and all them lot now. Now we've got them in. I think you might see that, and that's why I think whoever said, I think it might have been Don, said that it might be that Mount plays here and Felix is further up. That could happen. That could be a case. You know?
I would have Gallagher in the pivot or Mount in the pivot with Enzo and play a 4-2-3-1. I think Felix needs to be behind the striker. I don't think
I
I
agree.
basically think Felix is competing with Mount and Gallagher. I mean, for that 10 position. That's what I would.
It could be like that, really, couldn't it? It could be like that.
That's what I think. That's what I think we're gonna do. We're gonna line up like that, but take
Yeah,
Mount
so-
away and put Gallagher in there.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think Mount's gonna get dropped.
Why
Yeah.
would Gallagher? Oh, mate, why is Gallagher? I'm sorry.
The thing is,
Gallagher
Jem, it's not like Potter hasn't played Gallagher in that 6. Look, I don't want him to play in that 6, but I'm thinking like Potter right now. We're going off of what we think Potter's gonna do. So I reckon Potter will play him in that 6. He's played him there, and he just stunk. I don't like seeing Gallagher in the 6 at all, or in our midfield. But this is what Potter's gonna do, just because Zakaria just came back.
If we are to play this formation, who would you guys rather Gallagher or Mount in that 6?
Mount.
I'd
Mount.
100%.
The thing is, if you look at the positives though, because like I said last week, or the start of the week even, if you're gonna play Mount or Gallagher, only play one of them. So I'm just hoping that the quality of Felix and Enzo will just overtake everything else in there. Do you know what I mean? So having Enzo in there, at least defensively, he's not like a Jorginho who can just keep the ball ticking and defensively is poor. Enzo can actually defend as well. So hopefully having Felix there. Yeah. No. Who look against Liverpool? You could see that he's just not. I don't think he's ready to play there. I know he's a natural midfielder coming through the academy and stuff, but this is a different level. You're playing against Paqueta, Rice, and Souček. These are big physical midfielders. So I think hopefully I'm just hoping that the fact that Felix and Enzo are playing in there, the quality will show and it will actually sort of carry Gallagher a bit. You know.
How long has Loftus been fit for? He's been in training.
He's been training. Surely he's available for.
He's available. It's been a long time since he came.
I reckon he starts then.
Yeah,
that's a decent option.
They don't really. I don't think Potter's gonna start any of them two.
Someone's saying in the chat, like, who's saying Gallagher over Mount? We're not saying Gallagher over Mount. Like, I would rather not see any of them in there. But we're going off of what Potter's gonna do.
Well.
We're going off of what Potter's gonna
Billy
do.
Gilmore would be good right now. Yeah, that's another. Shout.
Billy.
It really doesn't matter who plays there, because either way, we're gonna get bad whoever plays there. So.
I just look. If it's Zakaria can play 45 minutes, just put him on at half time, and just somehow we get through this first half and pray. That's what I'm going to say.
What about Kovacic? I know he's injured. Would he be the preference?
He's not available.
He's not even available. Wow.
He's a doubt, is what he said.
When did Kova get injured?
He hasn't played since when, bro?
He's in training, but he's more of a doubt than Zakaria. Apparently, Zakaria is actually training with the full squad. It has been training for a bit.
Yeah, there was videos of Zakaria training. I think yesterday, or there was a video out.
If you can get 45 minutes out of Zakaria, I'll do it. If he says, "Look, I can do 45 minutes," you're gonna have to flick a coin with Conor Gallagher and Mount. And then, or if Ruben can do 45, if Ruben says, "Look, I can play 45," and I'll switch with Zakaria at 45, then I'm sweet.
That's good.
I'm sweet. You know what I mean?
That's better than playing the Mount brothers.
I just read Zakaria is not probably going to play. They're still not there yet.
Yeah.
I got a question. So when Zakaria is back, what do you think our strongest 11 would be? Zakaria coming back.
That would be, I'll tell you what it'd be. It'd just literally be Zakaria in there.
I'd just say Zakaria in for Mount or Gallagher, and I'd put Chilwell in left back.
Yeah.
You can throw Chilwell in, but Chilwell's not. But do you know what? People say Chilwell. I'm telling you now. When he came back at the beginning, he was not good. He's not been good. I'm telling you. Since that injury, he needs a bit of time. Keep telling people.
He still looks better than Cucurella. So
I don't know about that. Not from what I saw him at Villarreal. I was there. He was shocking. He was so bad. He looked so slow. He just did not look so fit, like in any way. So I like in Lewis Hall, maybe play Lewis Hall there if we've got an option. He's at left back, isn't he? Like I don't know, but yeah, something like that. You know, I actually just want to see Kovacic there. To be honest, Kovacic and Enzo Fernandez. That's what I want to see. And then when Kante comes back in, then you play Kante and Enzo. That's what I would do. But
well, I remember I saw someone in the comments mentioning Lewis Hall. It was an interesting shout, but I don't think that's ever going to happen, putting Lewis Hall in the number 6 position.
Personally, I would just stick Loftus in there. He's tried him there before, and I'm guessing he's been in training for about 2 weeks. So even though he might not be fully fit, I think it will be worth the risk to just play him.
Yeah, I think it's very important. I mean, Ruben Loftus, you need a physical guy coming up against physical beasts like the ones that we're going to face
Yeah.
against West Ham. Fucking Suchek and these kind of guys. That's the best option we have.
Next season, we better keep that Matson and Sawi one of the 2 left backs.
What happens
God.
for next season, we keep it for next season. Right now, we need to focus on this game. Hope
Wait,
we can win.
This season's already a write-off.
Yeah, I mean,
anymore.
we can still believe, but the belief's not the one that we're looking for. But we need to keep the pride up. You know what I mean?
We can, but
does
we can
anyone
only
know
get top
any news
6.
on Aubameyang going to the club to America?
Aubameyang hasn't given the green light.
He's not.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
But now what we're hoping for is just to get the win and then maybe try to progress to the next game, because after this we have Dortmund away in Germany.
We're beating Dortmund. We're gonna beat Dortmund. I think our fans are overreacting when it comes to saying we're gonna get knocked out to Dortmund.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Nah.
Yeah, let's not get cocky. Let's hope that
Dortmund
everything goes well.
Dortmund haven't been that good in their league as well.
Yeah, but only if they get one moment of magic.
But we can say the same thing about our team as well, because we're gonna have a lot more players coming back from injury.
Yeah, but we're hoping that this win can boost their morale and maybe their confidence for the game.
We haven't necessarily played
midweek.
terrible. I feel like the last few games, I feel like the injuries has just hit us at a bad time.
100%. You know, that is true as well. And then we're actually getting the squad back as well. You know,
I think when it comes to basics, as in defending, we've been defending fine. It's just when it comes to attacking, that's just where we lack. But
no, the final third is terrible.
When we get now this game will have Felix in the mix. You know, hopefully the attack finds another level, because when he did play that one game, the attack did look dangerous for that hour before he got the red card. And then since then, we've kept a bunch of clean sheets. We just haven't scored goals. So
we're Jem, can you take out Havertz from the team and put Fofana?
Yeah. He's not going to do that. I don't know why we're doing this. He's not going to do this.
I think
I've just read something.
Yeah, but it's a lot of has to things that we expect him to do, and he don't do them. So I'm just saying he's not going to do it. I don't think.
See, whenever I hear people say Havertz is not a striker, I get confused, because you don't have to be a striker to score goals. I mean, if you're
that's just stupid. The guy is not a striker.
He misses chances all
his whole life for Chelsea. You can't necessarily say that's why he can't score goals. The guy has never been given the opportunity to actually play in his position.
I agree with that, to be honest. I keep saying that. I think he needs to play in the 10 role. People go, what is it? I keep telling people that I think he's a 10. But,
even if you're a 10, my point is, if you're in a 10,
I reckon
you're getting the chances you have to score.
Playing with Joao Felix, we'll get not the best out of him as a striker, but actually the best out of him as a striker. I still don't think he'll score many goals as a striker.
That's the problem, though, isn't it? Because we haven't actually got an out-and-out striker.
Yeah. But when it comes to contributions for Havertz, I think he will contribute more to the game with Felix, because against Fulham there was a time or two where he did make a key pass to Felix and it could have led us to a goal. But the way that the two of them were linking up, it's something to look forward to. I'd say I think the fan base has just got to have a bit of patience right now, though.
Patience with who? Sorry.
Yeah, just believing in Havertz with Felix.
Oh my God. Okay, so explain to me this, because this is I'm over this Havertz thing. To be honest with you, I'm completely.
You guys haven't seen nothing.
This is why. So he's a number 10. Number 10, right? What are the characteristics of a number 10?
What? Well, they've got to have an eye out for a pass, in my opinion.
And does he have
be
that?
Good on the ball? He's got to be good. But he's never been able to play in the 10 position, so you can't.
So you're saying that because he's not playing as a number 10, he still hasn't. He
But
still
there's
because he's
a
not
lot
playing as a
of
number 10.
there's many different
He
tens
hasn't been
nowadays
able to
that
utilize his eye for a pass, and he hasn't been able to be technically sound.
No, most 10s need to have some sort of chemistry with what's around them. Let's not act like they don't need chemistry. Every 10 needs to have some sort of link play. Eden Hazard played in 10 roles with Giroud, and it worked very well. You know, you
Okay,
need
so
to have chemistry.
what I'm asking you is, in the position that he's been played in, whether it be number 9, number 10, has he shown you that he's creative enough to be the hub of?
I don't think he's played 10 long enough, mate. I'll be honest with you. How many times
he's probably played 10 about 5 times.
My problem with all of this is that we judge it on the small little minority of games that we see him playing that, and then he gets forced to play in a 9, and then we just say, oh, he's shit because he's a 9, which I agree, he's not a 9.
This fan base is so twisted. Well, when Havertz is to have like a good performance where he does link up very nicely and he does like contribute the players more, the fans will say he's not scored though. If you when he scored against Palace, when he scored against Palace,
what I want to see from Havertz is when he's on the ball, I want to see him control.
You saying fans will either say he's just good for a header, or that he's got to do this even more. When we know he's not a goal scoring striker, so you guys hold him up to standards, but then at the same time you say he's a shit player. He's not a striker, but you hold him up to such standards.
That when you're saying you guys, you're not talking about me.
You expect him to be CR7 up front when
no, not at all. I expect him to be able to control the ball. That's what
he does control.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. How many games does he get dispossessed?
Yo, let's not go down this rabbit hole.
Look, what are we talking about here? Are we watching the same game? How many games does he get dispossessed in possession? When he's running with the ball. Let me talk for a second, man. When he's running with the ball, he's running it down a cul-de-sac and it rolls out of bounds. Like he can't find men in open space. Like these are the characteristics that we see.
Let me ask you this, Pat. How many times has an isolated number 9 played at Chelsea, especially since Tuchel's been in? And every time they've gone forward, they've not had no one.
Do you really think that he's an isolated number 9? Do you really think that?
He's an isolated number 9.
Does he play false 9 more often than not?
No, let me ask you this: Do you think we with any number 9 that's played up to, let's say, Tuchel? Do you think any number 9 that we played around, we've in many ways we've not given them enough backing? What I'm saying is when we play away games, I'll give you an example. I've seen Kai Havertz sprint one into the pitch, right, win the ball against one defender, look up, and there's probably like one player around him. And I'm not saying it's just him. Any striker that I've seen, even Aubameyang to a degree when he's played, has been isolated. Like we isolate our number 9s.
Jim, yes, that happens. No denying that happens as well. But it's not the only thing that happens. There's been times when he's running with people. He's got men left and right and makes the wrong decision.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, that happens.
Just like in the Fulham game.
But that doesn't determine.
And then with Havertz, with the 10 argument with Havertz, when he has been in positions that a 10 would take up, and there's players running off of him, when I'm talking about the attackers, he doesn't play the simple pass. Again, so this guy doesn't get into our 11 next season. From when I look at what we're trying to build and who we're potentially going to bring in, he doesn't get into the 10 and he's not a 9 for me. So with Havertz, there's no excuses this second half because he's got better players running off of him now. So he needs to improve. He needs to improve. There's no excuses at all. But I do agree with you, Jem. Like he is a bit isolated at times.
Germany.
It's not even about the isolation. I keep telling people this, right? Your versions of what you think of Kai Havertz, which is apparently he's really shit and he doesn't offer anything, I just disagree with. I actually think that there is a very good player in Kai Havertz, but the best of getting the best out of Kai Havertz is playing him in a role that actually benefits him around better players.
So
and he's not going to be able to do that at Chelsea. You're not going to be able to do that at Chelsea because you're in a squad at the moment that is so unbalanced in every position.
I also think
build a team around.
See the best of that. So if Bayern Munich come and take him in the summer, I guarantee you now he will play in that Thomas Müller role because he's coming to the end of it behind them, and he probably look a lot better with that because he's in a structure when he's around players. That's the way I see it with Kai Havertz. So it's not that is it.
The difference, Jim, is in the German league. You have to be, first of all, to play a 10 or a striker, you have to be able to hold on to the ball in pressure or under pressure. One or two people poking at you trying to get the ball. Kai doesn't have that ability to do that in this league. He's not strong enough on the ball. He doesn't have the eye for the pass when he's on the ball. That's why he doesn't succeed as a number 10 or a number 9 in England. Now, he hasn't played as a 10 often because we haven't played a system that uses a 10. We're just getting to that now. I don't
You
think.
say he doesn't succeed in a number 10. We've never seen him playing a number 10. So
Okay,
how would
but you
he
didn't
know
just
he
hear me.
doesn't
I just
succeed in
told
a number
you.
10?
I just said we haven't played a system that's utilized a true number 10 since he's been here. That's what I just said. But at the same time, now we're kind of switching to that. But we have players who have better skill sets with that. Joao Felix would be a better number 10
Exactly.
than Kai Havertz.
Exactly.
So is he gonna
He's
get
way
that
better.
chance?
I don't doubt that Felix is a better 10 than Havertz. I don't doubt that. I'm saying what we saw against Fulham, other than that one pass that Havertz didn't make, he actually did play pretty well that game.
He played well, but he wasn't playing
the
at 10,
agenda
though.
this fan base has against him. If it was
What's
Three
agenda?
years,
What
bro.
are you
It's
It's
not
not
an
an
agenda.
agenda. We're free.
It's
We're
not an
3 years.
agenda.
Ace.
Seasons,
Ace,
bro.
this
It's
guy's
not
been
an
here for
agenda.
3 years. Ace, this guy's been here for 3 years. I bet you can't name me more than 5 games this whole time he's been here where he's been an 8 out of 10. I bet you. I'll bet you £100 right now, bro. Like, you
he has
cannot.
had a lot of good
You
games.
can't tell me more
And
than
the worst
5
part is
games.
it's all been
Yeah,
in
I
the
think
second
you
half
guys-
of the
it's not an
season.
agenda. It's not an
Sunday from
agenda. All it
January
is,
It's not
Ace.
an
Ace.
agenda.
Ace, time after time, right? When it came to my boys that support Arsenal, United, oh, Havertz is shit. I was like, just give the guy time. Let's let him play with better players around him, right? This half again is I don't want Havertz in this 11 at all right now. I'll be honest with you. I don't want him in that 11. If it was up to me, I would drop him to the bench, right? But that's not going to happen realistically. Potter's not going to do that. So between now and the end of the season, like I've said already, we've got better players now around him, especially in attack, and we do have some creativity in midfield in Enzo and Felix. So if he does not drastically improve, we have to cut our losses in summer. That's all it is. We just have to get rid of him in the summer. That's it. I'm not saying Havertz is a shit player. I haven't got a Havertz agenda, but I've been more than patient. He's been here 3 seasons now. He's been here 3 years, and he hasn't showed us anything really, apart from the Champions League goal.
Teenagers, you're 20. You're 21 now. He's been here, bro.
He's been here.
What's going on?
He's been here, and the thing about him, we've never seen him in a 10. We've never seen him in a 10. We've seen him take up 10 positions, and he just doesn't have the awareness to play a simple pass.
Like, let's be real. He drops deep a lot and drops into the
And
half
lots,
all the time.
a lot. I had this
A lot.
conversation
And he's just
yesterday.
not
One of my
effective there. He's not strong.
Yeah.
How long have I been
He
saying
needs
he's
to
not
be-
strong
look,
enough on the ball?
he needs to
How
be
long
a
have I
second
been saying
striker.
that? Has
He
he
needs to be
improved
second
his body?
striker.
Has he improved his strength over the last 3 years? He looks exactly the same when he came
Same with
from
Pulisic.
Bayer Leverkusen. He's
He
not
needs
that
to
any
play as a second
stronger.
striker. He needs to play as a second striker. That's it. That's
No,
what
How
who
is
would you
he-
play behind, Jem? Who would you play him behind? Who would you play him behind, Jem?
Felix.
a striker,
No,
an actual striker.
only has about 3-4 months left. So what striker are you gonna choose?
We haven't got it, have we? So it's just like this is why we play. Look, I said this earlier on. We're playing Kai Havertz as a 9 when we have a striker in Aubameyang.
Okay,
That's
but
how
I'm
bad.
asking
That's
you.
how bad Aubameyang is right now.
I'm
Don't wanna play
asking
him.
you now.
Huh?
I wish it was Aubameyang. Could have worked out. It could have been Havertz and Aubameyang,
It
but it
can't,
didn't
because
happen.
obviously whatever Aubameyang's done behind the scenes has made us have to get rid of him out of the squad and not want him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
So
know.
this is our problem. We had the same shit with Lukaku. We've got the same problem with Aubameyang. Just go and get a
so Jem,
fucking
answer me
striker
this.
and score
Riddle me
goals.
this. Riddle me this.
That's
Would
what we need.
you build a team around Kai Havertz?
No, because you're not meant to. It's not.
What do you mean?
It's not-
Like, you're saying that he needs this, he needs that in order to
No,
function.
what I'm
Would you build a team around him? Is he good enough?
no, what I'm saying, what I'm
Okay,
saying
that's
to
all
you
I needed
guys
to
is
know.
if you put better players around him, we might get a better Kai Havertz. But to get the best out of him, I think you have to play him in a deeper role. Whether or not you disagree it with or not, whatever is your opinions. If you don't like him, you don't fucking like
It's
him.
funny, isn't
I
it?
don't
We
bother
never
keep going on about it. At the end of the day,
we never had this conversation when Eden Hazard was playing with shit, but apparently we need better
yeah,
players.
but come
We're
on,
not
Eden,
comparing
we should be
Eden
comparing
Hazard
Havertz to Hazard.
Havertz.
Let's
What are
keep
you
it- let's keep
talking
it-
about?
Let's keep it 100,
Should
right?
be comparing Hazard.
And the person accused
Don't even put
someone of
Hazard's
having a
name
gen-
in that.
Hang on.
You
The
really
person
just
accused someone of
mentioned-
having I'm trying to speak, okay. The person
Oh,
who
yeah,
said the
let Andrew
agenda,
finish.
You're right. You know what? We should own the word agenda. The agenda is to get shit players out of this club. That's the agenda, right?
Yeah, that's your
he's a
opinion
shit
when you say
player.
he's a shit
He's
player.
shit.
But that's what I'm saying.
He's
That's how
shit.
you feel about it.
He's
I'm not
shit.
saying what
Lewis
I'm
said
saying.
it. Lewis said it best. He's a number 9 who can't score. He's a number 10 who can't create. He's a wide player who doesn't dribble.
That's not true. But the number 10 thing's not true because we've not seen
We
him
saw
play
it,
there
hang
long
on.
enough.
Couch said it
How
right.
can we moan
Couch,
about
hang
him
on,
playing
Jim,
in the
hang
10
on,
role
Jim.
when he doesn't
Couch
play
said
there
it
enough?
right.
That's like a
Couch said
weird
it right.
fucking comparison.
He doesn't play up front.
The
He
funny
drops
thing
deep.
is,
He
I
doesn't
wouldn't
play up
even.
front. He drops deep. We saw it Friday when Fofana came on. He was going wide for some reason. He doesn't have the intelligence to play that role because he's a shit player.
And he's not a true
He's
number
a shit
10.
player.
He's more of a second.
The thing
He's
is, though,
shit.
what is he then? He's a jack of all trades.
Yeah, and a
Then
master of none.
He's a second striker. He's not even
Exactly,
a true number
He's
10.
crap. He's crap. I
Mate,
don't know why people don't.
he only
just-
turns up for like the
Havertz has
second
been
period
here.
of the season, and that's it, man.
Mate,
He is
he's been
crap.
he's been here for
Stop, Abs,
3 years. He hasn't adjusted to the Premier League. Get him gone. Like, I'm sorry, he's been here
Imagine
for
this was
3 years.
Imagine what people be saying if this was a story about Pulisic. You would all be saying he was crap.
Yeah, but we do
Kai
anyway.
Havertz,
No, they already
scored,
did.
because he scored in the Champions League.
No,
Because he's winning
you know,
Champions
wait,
League.
Literally the
No,
argument.
Andrew, he
I
has
don't
the
understand
moments
it. I
the
don't
way Ziyech has his over to the Champions League,
when
man,
is any
and
of our
Ziyech gets
forwards,
slated for it.
Wait a sec, Hassan. When there's any, this is what annoys me about my fan base. Really pisses me off, actually. When has any of our attackers been good in the last 3 years? Name me one fucking good attacker.
None.
Go on.
They've all scored like
Who
5
gets the
goals
most
besides Mount.
protection? Hang on.
No.
Why
Because
does
They'll
it-
say
why
Lukaku
do-
or
hang on,
because
something.
we
Why
talk
don't
about
we have the
individuals,
same-
and he hasn't been good. But
Hang on,
name
hang
me
on.
in
Why
the
don't we
last 3
have the
years how
same
many good
conversation?
attackers we've had in our team.
Why isn't the same conversation with Pulisic and Ziyech and Cho and that?
We had this
about if
conversation.
they have better players around them, they'll get better. But with Kai Havertz, it's always that argument.
They
With the
can't
others,
stay
they're
fit
crap.
to play with good players around them. They can't stay
He's
fit to play
rubbish.
good
Just
players
get
around them.
over it. He's crap.
No.
The sooner he goes, the
Okay,
better.
okay. So we will soon. We can all admit that he has better players around him now, right?
So
We
my
can all
thing
admit
is
that.
this, Catch, I'll just say one more thing, right? Because
Sure.
I get bored of talking about Kai Havertz, and then you can say what you got to say, right? I keep saying to you guys, right? And the same with Mason Mount as well. Once this team improves, once we start getting players around them, it's then going to be down to them to show us what they can do. I do think that this period from now, and I'm talking more Havertz, from now to the end of the summer will determine whether they are kept or whether they will go, all right? But I've always wanted to see them around players of better quality. Yeah, you may feel he's shit and maybe not be good enough even around players of better quality. But at the end of the day, the last 2 years or so, from what we've seen with the attackers that we've had, they've been so chalk and cheese of each other that it doesn't fucking matter what 3-4 we play with each other. They've all been shit.
Does he get in the team over in Cuckoo?
Yeah, but Jeb, the difference is
that comes into the point. What I'm saying is that comes to the point of that, and I keep saying this, is that we've completely bought the wrong profiles in the attacking instance. Yeah, because they can't. How many times we played? Let's do it, right? Let's do it. We had Cho here as well, right? We played Ziyech, Cho, Havertz. We played Mount, Havertz, Ziyech. We played fucking whoever, Lukaku, Werner, someone. We must have done so many alterations with this squad, different attackers, to try and find some sort of chemistry which can be sustained. And it hasn't worked up to this point, right? Yes, they've all been bad and crap, and they can't seem to, it doesn't work whatever way we go, yeah? But all I'm saying is, for certain individuals, in my opinion, yeah, and I might be wrong on this, yeah. If we have a structure and better players in and around it, where we can actually start seeing a bit of chemistry with the forward line, maybe it will bring the best out of the Mounts and the Havertzes. So at the end of the day, all I'm saying is, let's just wait and see how they play with better quality. That's what I'm saying.
I'd agree with you and say that things haven't gone their way.
I mean,
Remember,
what
they were
stops
signed
us?
by Lampard. They were signed by Lampard. We were playing a different type of football, and then Tuchel came in and he had to do what he had to do to, he said, cover the cracks of the team and this, that, and the third. And we won the Champions League. So when we won the Champions League, that had to carry through to the next season. So things haven't gone on the same track for them. But at the same time, when you're at Chelsea for 3-4 years, you only get a certain amount of time before you got to move on.
To be honest, I just think that at the end of the season, right, if we do go in for Felix, I think we'll probably go in for Felix and sell Havertz. I don't think we'll keep you
But the
both.
issue is this: they shouldn't play with better players because they are shit and will bring them down further. So they shouldn't.
Yeah, but again, that's an opinion.
I don't think they're shit. I don't think they're shit. I don't think they're shit. But they're not Chelsea start level. They're not Chelsea starting level.
Let me ask you
I'm
a
still
question.
trying to figure out what's
asking
okay.
him.
So his best role is a number 10, right? What are the characteristics of what you want as a number 10? What does he offer? in
He's
that
a
role?
second striker. He's not
So
a
he's just
10.
a shadow striker then.
Yeah,
Like,
shadow
what do you-
striker.
That's what he is, a shadow striker. Somebody that can score goals as a shadow striker, right?
Mueller has a better skill set than Havertz with the ball at his feet. That's the difference, Jem. That's always the difference. Yeah,
I think actually, I genuinely think, and I don't think don't get me wrong, they've all been bad this season. I know it's very hard to talk about players being good because we've been shit. Like, it's hard to actually talk any good about any of these players.
We've been shit for a few seasons.
But under the Thomas Tuchel, I'm going to talk about Thomas Tuchel part, yeah, because that's the only bit where we can say we actually saw some sort of decency. Yeah, we can probably all agree, especially in the last part of when we won the Champions League and whatever else.
Yeah,
you could see that there was qualities in these individuals. There was something in these players. Yeah, like you look at Kai Havertz, right? I actually think technically he is sound. I do. I think he can bring a ball down. Yeah, he struggles to wait a second. I do think he struggles to hold the ball up. And that is physicality. But that's physicality. That ain't technical ability.
No,
yeah?
it's
Yes,
technical ability.
yeah,
Bro,
I don't.
how many times have you seen him bring the ball down under control? Hold on. How many times have you seen him bring the ball down under control and he's running with it and it dribbles away from him like 10 yards?
But then I've also seen him bring a ball down that's gone. Looks like he's about to go out.
I'm not saying he has absolutely no touch, but to say that he has.
You guys are making him sound like he's Timo Werner with no touch.
No, I'm saying he has very little touch, man. I'm sorry, man.
I would rather have Timo Werner than Kai Havertz. I would rather have Timo Werner than Kai Havertz. I would rather have that.
Atrocious.
That's where
he's worse than Timo Werner. He's worse than Timo Werner.
That's fine. I mean,
to wrap it up on the Havertz. To wrap it up on the Havertz. To wrap it up on the Havertz. Jem, to wrap it up on the Havertz. I think we know Havertz. We know Havertz ain't going anywhere, right? He's not going anywhere anyway between now and the end of the season. So, like I said, there's better players now. Like Jem said, he wants to see him with better players around him. He's got better players around him. Let's see how he gets on, and that's it. And that's it. Like I said, a lot of people have made up their mind. Jeb, a lot of people have made up their mind because over 3 years, which is fair enough, we haven't really seen much. We can't keep holding on to Champions League goal. We can't. We haven't seen much. With Mason gets a little bit of an allowance because at least over the years, we've seen some ability and we've seen some consistency in his game. He's dropped off. I think a lot of it's to do with confidence and what he's seen online, right? But ability-wise, we've seen something from Mason. Havertz, arguably, we ain't really seen much. So that's why he gets a lot of this criticism. So he's got better players around him now. Let's see what he does between now and the end of the season. And then at the end of the season, we'll talk again. But it's just, for now, it's going to be the same conversation.
If you watched Havertz over the years,
you guys are feeling the way you feel about Havertz because he's not been good, yeah. And if you feel he's shit, then that's fine. I'm not saying you can't have that opinion, but then when I have my
basing your opinion on though, what are you basing your opinion on? Like that's what I'm saying. If we can all agree that he's been shit,
you feel he's shit because you feel that he's not technical and he's this that and what
he's not technical. He's not.
I mean, a lot of these opinions are based on
let me just say something. He's also not a number 9. So
the only reason Havertz is here is because of the Champions League final goal. Without that, he would be gone.
We continue playing him as a number 9. How many games have we played him?
I cannot watch him play and say that he's technical. I can't watch him and say that he's technical. You can't convince me of that. He has touches where he can bring the ball down. Would you say Mason Mount is technical too?
Mate, he has no ability.
I think Mason Mount is someone that, again, and I've said this about Mason Mount, can do many of things, but just not the best at all things. If that makes sense. Like I think he can do a couple of things. Like his overall game allows him to look. His touch, his creativity, and all that isn't world class, but he can do it because we've seen it.
Yeah, there's levels.
Do you know what I mean? There's levels to what we're talking about here in terms of the ability.
Right, to play, and the level that you were talking about with Havertz when you're talking about technical ability is similar to that of Mount for me. Like I don't think that he's technically sound. Like when you give him the ball, he's going to control it. He's going to be able to do something special with it. He doesn't do that enough for me to say that.
That's what I'm saying to you guys.
What kind of player is he?
But Jeff, that's a key. That's a key attribute you need to play as a 10, though. That's a key attribute you need,
especially at Chelsea.
Listen, this is going to sound weird, right? The only way, look, the more we create in and around Kai Havertz, but also having a striker, the better. But actually having someone that can actually put him back in net around him as well. So the point of when we cross the ball in, it isn't just Kai Havertz in the box trying to score the goals for us. You need to have someone that.
That's the problem. Why is it always we have to do something for him? What does he do for us?
It's not.
Yeah.
That's the point.
To me, Jem, it sounds like what you're saying is a lot the players around him. You're saying to me what it sounds like, Jem. What you're saying is right. He's a second striker. Basically, all he's going to do is score goals, and everyone else is going to show the quality around him, and he's going to get the goals.
I keep saying about his movement. I think when you allow him to not be a focal point, and which we're doing at the moment, we use him as a focal point, and he's not that number 9. You need him to be able to make runs in behind, and drag players.
For me, when I'm watching teams like Arsenal, I'm seeing Odegaard doing what he's been doing all season. I'm jealous, bro. I'm jealous.
Oh, yeah,
I can't be having
Odegaard,
guys like Havertz playing in that role.
Odegaard's
Felix is
like
a
matter, isn't he? He's a creator.
he's a creator, and that's what Felix is going to be as well. I know statistically he might not have the most assists, but at least you can see that he's got the vision and he's got the technical skill. He's got the natural ability to play that role.
Stats don't say he's a creator.
Yeah, that's what I said. I know
enough,
statistically on
Then
paper,
what
like I
does he
said,
do as a 10?
statistically on.
What does he do as a 10?
No, Jem,
You
what I'm
say
saying is
that he should do these runs. He does the runs, and when he gets the ball from the run, he doesn't do anything with it. He either crosses the ball wide or he shoots, and he doesn't get on target at all.
Jem, the point I'm making about Felix, is that you can see he's got the attributes to play in the 10. I know statistically he might not have the assists that say he's a creator, like a top creator, but he's got the attributes. At least that's a starting point. With Havertz, he just doesn't seem to have it. And you're saying as a second striker, we can't have passengers in the team.
We're not going to see it, guys. That's what I'm saying.
Can't have that.
This is where you are getting mad. You think that this defense of Kai Havertz, my points with Kai Havertz is that I don't think, I've always said this for a long time, I don't think we're going to see the best of Kai Havertz because I feel in myself that we're not going to play him in the way that I think we should play him. I think Graham Potter looks at him as a 9 at the moment. He's trying to use him as a 9, and I don't think it's going to work. And eventually, all it's going to do is what it's doing now, which is just going to keep burning him anyway, in my opinion. All right. And then we got this super chat here saying we live in the world where highlighting mediocre players, you're labeled an agenda merchant. The standards are at this club have dropped. Solo that we praise Sunday league performances as a gold standard, but again. And it goes to the same thing as Mason Mount. This is my problem with it all. It's because you've got north of people that like him and you've got south of people that hate him, soon to the point where his name's in the team lineup. But there's never anyone in the middle. But then the people that want to talk about it in the middle get criticised as well.
No, I'm in the middle. I'd say move him on.
I try and explain Kai Havertz.
I'd say move him on just because I just think at this point, now, unless he lights up the league over these last 15 games, but I just don't see it, bro. I just don't see it. I don't see it, John. The sample size is big enough.
Yeah, but you're not telling me anything different, guys. I've said this so many times.
No, let me say it.
I think sometimes
you're saying to us, play him as a 10.
Sometimes
you play him as a 10. What would he actually do?
Listen, I can see him being sold in the summer. I've said this. However, he has, like couple of other players in our team, have got to use this point in time to find form and show us his values, like what you guys are saying, right? You want to see him maybe scoring goals, creating, being a little, building chemistry up, linking play with Joao Felix and Mudryk and actually looking decent, yeah? These are all things that we don't actually know because we haven't really seen it yet. We're just going on what we have known, and that's fine because it hasn't been good what we've seen up to this point. What we don't know is how he's going to play with a Joao Felix and Mudryk. Enzo, who's going to create more, and Madueke coming in from the right, who again is going to create more naturally. And I'm talking the wings. The wings are going to create naturally. Enzo's going to create from the deep. Joao Felix, you're telling me, is a creator who's going to play in the 10. Fine, like we're gonna see it now, aren't we? We're going to see. That's what I'm going to say.
I agree with what you're saying, but at the same time, we haven't seen much of Enzo in Chelsea. But you can predict already what's going to happen, right? You saw how he played the one game earlier this week. So it's like
8 minutes with Felix, man.
Yeah, you saw Felix for 1 hour and look at how we're salivating over Felix coming in. So it's like we've seen Havertz for 3 seasons. It's not that he's a bad player. It's not that he's
multiple.
It's just not working out at Chelsea.
Yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with that. Chelsea is the highest level, and we play in the Premier League. He'll work out at Bayern Munich. He's gonna score his goals in Germany. He's already proved that. This is just
a good point. That's such a good point, Jem. I think the thing is with Havertz, I think he's getting a lot more heat now because with the new players that have come in, why can they show more in quick cameos than he has the whole time he's been here? So they're looking at it like, you've been here 3 years. We're seeing more quality from these new players that are coming in. What is actually going on?
Him having quality last year. People were talking about him going, oh, yeah, look how good he is. We've done this with fucking him earlier in the season anyway, when he wasn't fucking injured.
My problem is, you're saying to me, play him as a 10. You say play as a 10.
People weren't moaning for calling Havertz shit fucking over a season after.
You can't play Havertz as a 10. You play him there. He doesn't create. Havertz doesn't create, so he can't play as 10. When he tries to make a pass, he does the wrong pass. He can't make a simple pass. He can't shoot. And the only thing he can do is maybe run. How is he meant to go and play as that number 10? Please tell me.
That again is your opinion on what you think of the player. This is, and I'm not saying you guys are wrong. That's again is what you feel from what you see. Yeah, and I agree. He's struggled like Mason Mount has this season to find any form. So has most of the team, by the way. That's how shit we've been because we've lost how many games in a row? I remember we lost 4 games in a row and we were shocking. Like we've been shit as a team.
The biggest thing is our attack, because our defense has actually been pretty good.
And our midfield. Let's not forget our midfield.
The biggest thing is the midfield, not the attack.
No,
we don't have any midfielders.
It's the midfield. There's no creativity. It's the midfield.
There's no creativity. Who's supposed to generate the creativity? The sixes?
Well,
look, the way the team has functioned.
If the midfield keeps passing the ball sideways, there's not going to be no creativity for the attack.
Why do you think they keep passing
if they keep playing sideways,
no, look. When you pass the ball forward, they lose control of the ball. That's
creativity do you expect?
I see Calvert dribbling the ball out of the
sideways.
You see those passes that Enzo was making? You see those passes Enzo was making against Fulham? Those passes were there.
I've been saying
wait, hold on. Let me finish, bro. Let me finish. Those passes were also there when Jorginho was there. Those passes were there, but he was not the type of player to make those type of passes. That's the difference.
He'd make a pass like that 1 in every 8 games.
Well, look at his passing.
I'm telling you that's why Enzo works better, and this is why it looks better, because those passes were there, but they were not being played. Now we have a player who's actually going to play those passes. That's
and then those guys are going to get the ball.
That I understand. I feel like getting
what are we talking about here?
More creative.
We haven't seen this before.
But this what I'm saying is
this the ball in the final third, and they get dispossessed, or they make a wayward pass, or
guys, we saw it.
We've seen it for years.
But we saw it. We saw it away to Liverpool when Mudrik's cameo appearance, when they had one person who knew what they were doing up top, who could actually dribble and control the ball. They were passing the ball forward. The reason they're passing the ball forward is because that attack stinks and loses the ball all the time. Okay, they don't do anything. They haven't got a trick or anything like that. They don't look up when they pass the ball. They don't look up when they cross the ball. They don't make the run properly.
Yeah, we ain't got creators.
But our midfielders have flaws as well too, though.
But how come
they don't score? They can't. Like everybody's able. The midfield was able to find Mudryk for 35 minutes against Liverpool. No, we only have first phase midfielders. That's the problem. We don't have second and third phase midfielders.
Kovacic is our second phase midfielder.
That was a midfield with Lewis Hall and Jorginho that were finding Mudryk.
Yeah, but
when it comes to Kovacic, I'd say he's our only second phase midfielder. We don't really have anyone that's our final phase.
He's not passing the ball forward either.
But exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Reece James was still getting the ball forward, and what was Havertz doing with it? Reece James is still doing all that. Like, our defense, Rudiger was still giving long balls. What happens? Thiago Silva gives a long ball. What happens? Why does our defense have to create offense?
Because they know they know the attack's going to lose it, so it takes longer for it to come back if they just pass it long up front. That's why.
Every time we got counterattacked against Fulham was because our attackers lost control of the ball, got dispossessed, and people were blaming Cucurella for being out of position. He wasn't necessarily out of position. That's where he's supposed to be. It's because we turn over the ball so quickly, and they're on the counter attacking down that.
Also, in that game, Conor Gallagher and Mason Mount, the amount of times they found pockets and we played the ball into them and they just lost it completely. They weren't comfortable on turning on the ball and then trying to move forward with it. It was fucking.
That's why the midfield is the main problem. That's exactly why the midfield is what determines how the team is going to function. Enzo was at the base in the midfield, and then there was like a space of 30 yards before you see Gallagher and Mount. The midfield is not going to work like that. You're going to get smothered that way.
We've been needing a midfield rebuild for about 4 years since it was Hazard's season. Last season, we've been needing a midfield rebuild since then.
For a long time.
We've only brought in Kovacic. We've brought in Zakaria, Soul. I actually like Zakaria, but he's not a creative midfielder. But that is a sort of player that we do need, Zakaria.
He's a presence.
It's going to be interesting to see now that Potter's got the players back, right? You know, slowly and surely. All right, the midfield's not there yet, but we're getting there slowly. But
would anyone keep Zakaria?
It's going to be interesting to see who he thinks is the best to get the best out of his team, out of it, what he wants to do, right? Because now he's got the options. So I we need to
the
see.
midfield, it's going to be Conte and for Enzo Fernandez without question.
We need to basically we need to see more. We need to now see progression in what he wants to do. If that means he's got to chop people, which is going to piss people off, then do it. I have no problem with it. I just want the best for this club. I want us to go on and be what we have been at what from what we've seen back in the old days. Yeah, we all want that. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but he needs to work that out with now what he's been given, and the owners are going to put that pressure on him now because he needs to now show the owners, right? They've backed him heavily in January, right? All right, you've got a free leaf for this season, fine, but you need to start showing us what it is you're trying to do. What's the game plan? What is the patterns of play? What is it you're trying to do? Where's the best chemistry between the forward line? The midfield, whatever. Like these are all question marks that need to be asked, not just only on individuals. And I know it's easy to talk about individuals as much as we are, but it's going to be about the whole chemistry of how we go forward now and how we move forward as a team. And whether it involves Havertz being in the team with the players that we've got and it works, great. If it don't, he gets sold. And that's it. And it's the same with Ziyech. It's going to be the same probably with right. I think Pulisic's going to go, in my opinion, anyway. That's what I think. Ziyech and Pulisic. But this is a big time moment now for them players, specifically Havertz, for example, from now to the end of the time, to show us, it's crunch time. And I'm not sitting here saying he ain't going to get sold because I got a feeling he could potentially get sold if he does not.
It might be decided already, bro. It might be decided
maybe not. Maybe this is crunch time. Maybe he needs this will be now where he needs to kick on and start showing us. So I'm not saying he will do it. I'm just saying playing him as a 9. I don't think it's his best position. I think we can all agree on that. That's the one thing.
But Jem, I got a question though. If the 9 is not his best position, and you have a striker in Fofana, look, he's young, whatever it is, but my man's he has the touch, he has the confidence.
He doesn't have the touch. He doesn't have the touch. Let's not say that. Let's not.
He can actually hold on.
We barely ever seen
my
him
man,
play
he
football.
can actually hold on to the ball.
That guy's touch goes
back
5
into
yards away.
We're not seeing enough of it, to be fair. I think it's hard to be coy.
You're just waffling.
The little bit we've seen.
The minute you said he's got a touch,
we're
you
starving.
started waffling.
We're starving.
Let's be serious. He didn't fuck up the goal. He
in
could
a
have scored
4-0
that
loss, and he looked much better than Havertz did all game, even in a 4-0 loss against Man City and against Fulham. Do you think Havertz gets that ball, goes around the goalie, and even attempts to score? I don't think so. Give him a chance.
He's a striker. He's a striker. He didn't score at the end of the day.
I would like to have seen Brower in this team right now.
Look, this game is Potter, from now on, Potter has to get these things right. Like he has the players are returning, new players. It's from this game forward. How many more league games 17.
are there? The only thing that we need to say right now is from Potter before we can truly before we can truly evaluate Potter, it's consistency and chemistry. You get chemistry when you have a consistent run of games with the same sort of players in and around. The one thing that I've noticed, and it's not on his fault really, is just we've had so many different lineups. Every week it seems like a completely different lineup, for injuries, players coming back. That's the biggest thing. When you have a consistent lineup, a consistent run of plays, a run of games with a specific lineup, that's when you start seeing what his football is going to be about.
Couch, don't let Potter hear that. Don't let Potter hear that because he'll keep playing Mason and Gallagher. So there has to be a balance. There definitely has to be a balance. I get what you're saying. You need some consistency and stability, but at the same time, he's working with such a large group. It feels like he's trying to work out what his best 11 is, and at the same time dealing with all these injuries. But like you've said, there's players coming back now, so we've got to go with the best options that we've got available, not who. Do you know what I mean? I think there has to be a fine balance. You need some stability there, but it doesn't mean that you keep playing Gallagher and Mount because we need stability.
Okay,
you need to fix up
Gallagher. But Mount, I don't know. The hate for Mount is kind of weird because I think that he can still play in this team. It's just he can't be overplayed in this team. That's the
hate
problem.
Is unnecessary. People seem to forget the sort of player he is. He's just on a bad run of form. Man.
I think we're going to see.
I just hate if you give that man any sort of criticism to Mount, you have fans calling you a fake fan just because you're doing it towards them, and that's my problem.
No, the thing is, I think his name is bigger than his skill set. I think that's what I think. I think his name is carries such weight. He's not that good of a player to have such weight to his name.
This is just normal Mount without the numbers. This is all it is. This is
it's a stand base. It's a stand base. That's what it is.
No, I was talking about Mount earlier, right? Saying he should be benched. I was getting called a fake fan 24/7 by Mount stats.
That's true,
like,
Josh.
it's
Oh
stupid.
no, he should get benched.
Yeah, but then this
It's
is
so
Yeah, but
stupid.
there's no point.
True,
There's no
Josh.
point in having conversations with those sort of people because they
No,
they're not
Exactly.
Chelsea fans. You're just wasting your time because they're Mason Mount fans.
And
It doesn't
they're
matter
not
how
bringing
badly
no
he's playing.
arguments.
Yeah,
but it goes both ways, Don. I'm sorry. As much as these people that overrate him are what I think too much, at the same time, there's two people that just hate him that much that it just becomes weird as well.
yeah,
Like,
100%.
It's too much for me from both sides, and that's why I just sit in the middle of it because it's just for me. You know?
There's fans that act like he literally does nothing. He disappears for us in a lot of games.
Right now he's doing nothing. Right now he's doing nothing.
That's true. That is true. He's not doing nothing, but the team as a whole is doing rubbish. That's what I think everyone's forgetting. You're just quick to label players like Mount, Gallagher.
These are the type of comments. These are the type of comments that annoy me. Someone just said in the comments, "You back your players if you love your club." Love your club, yeah. Tough love. Look, tough love is saying to Mason, "Look, Mason, you're not playing well right now. Yeah. We are going to protect you, and we're going to put you on the bench. Get things right. Get things right. If for example, right, you've got your son or your brother is a shit singer. You're not going to lie to him and say, "Oh, you're a good singer," because he's your brother. You're going to be honest with him, right? Same thing with Mason. Like you need to give him honest, tough love and say, "Look, Mason, at the moment you're not playing well. There's things going on. Sort that out. We're going to drop you to the bench for now. Get things together. And when you're ready to come back, when we can see that you're actually playing a little bit better in training, in the matches when you've been making a few cameos here and there, we'll look to bed you back in. But at the moment,
nothing wrong with that.
He's just playing. He's just playing.
It's just to bench him for these next few games.
We've gone into a whole 40 minutes of talking Havertz and Mount again, which happens on every YouTube channel that I probably know, that I know anyway, which just becomes boring for me. And I need to go. I need to finish off anyway as well. But I want to get obviously your predictions because we are playing tomorrow, right? We've got a game, guys. Like against West Ham. I'm going to that as well. So, CFC Ace, what's your predictions, mate, for the game?
I'd say no. West Ham is always a tough place for us to go. We lost there last year, so I'm not going to be too optimistic. But I'd say a 2-0 to Chelsea. Or no, actually no, 1-0. 1-0.
All right, three losses, 1 draw, and 1 win in the last 5
we
games.
we shouldn't forget that West Ham have been like shit.
It's not
I know
great.
we've been bad, but we've got players that could probably. We've got our new players coming in that can get us out of the mud probably. West Ham have been shit, so I'm not necessarily scared of them. They might not be scared of us, but the new quality we've got in, I'd say we just go in there just fearless.
Cool. What are you saying, Mount Brothers out?
As long as the Fords don't play, 2-0.
2-0 is what he's going for. Hassan, what are you saying?
I think it's going to be a 1-0 win. I think it's going to be a tight game. And it's probably going to be a rough game.
Okay, Don? If he's there, I don't think he's there. Couch, what are you saying, mate?
Oh, sorry, I'm here. Sorry. I'm going to say... I'm going to go for 2-0 Chelsea.
Fair enough. Couch?
Yeah. It's so hard to make predictions based on you don't know who's going to be playing and who's not.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, oh, yeah, I can say 2-0, but if he starts Havertz, Mount, and Gallagher, like what's going to make me feel like it's going to be a 2-0? You know what I mean? So
don't trigger me, bro.
I'm just going to say it. I'm going to go hope for a Chelsea win. I can't really go with any scoreline right now. I'm hoping for a win, though.
What are you saying, 40?
I think 1-0. I go 1-1. Okay, I just want to see how we beat West Ham. Yeah.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Enzo, what are you saying, mate?
I'm similar with Couch, but I'm gonna give a score. I'm gonna say 3-1. I think that atmosphere might give us a problem, but maybe
who's scoring for us?
Maybe we finally score because Felix is back.
Thiago Silva with the hat.
Who's scoring the goals for us?
Is Felix back?
Havertz, Mount, and Gallagher.
Yeah, Felix is back. Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm gonna go Felix, one of the center, Badiashile, and
Silva.
Enzo Fernandez.
Enzo Fernandez banger, yeah.
Yes,
Keisha,
sir.
what are you saying?
I got it 2-1 Chelsea. I'll say 2-1. I'll say Felix will score, and I think Thiago Silva will score.
Cardi Winter Surfer, what are you saying? Havertz hat trick?
A very unconfident 1-0.
All right,
clean sheet. I got no problem with defense.
Clean sheet. The defense is sweet. You know, we don't even talk about the defense.
Bad boy, body as shield.
But I'm gonna say I'm gonna be upbeat. I always be upbeat. I'm going to the game tomorrow. I've got to make myself feel a bit better before I get there, right? So I'm gonna go with 3-1 Chelsea.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go with Enzo Fernandez, Kai Havertz, 2 goals. There you go.
Okay. Back your boy, Jim.
Havertz is scoring tomorrow. 100%. He's going to score.
Havertz is going to do a save.
If he scores, I'm celebrating.
He's scoring tomorrow, but this fan base will just turn around and say, like, they'll
lucky goal.
Yeah, they'll say it was a lucky goal.
Anyway, it's fine. Yeah. Listen, you can criticize players. Let me just say something, right? This what discussion we've had today isn't beef. It's just criticism. Like, I get it. Like we're all friends of this. Like, I see the chat getting a bit heated. We're actually all friends, guys. There's over 500 people here. I mean, say all friends. It was me and my own against 8, but you know, it's fine.
I was holding it down. Send that to Havertz real quick.
I'm gonna have to send this clip to Havertz, mate. You better fucking play well tomorrow, mate. Look what I just got. Pull it out.
Mate, if he plays bad tomorrow, I'm just saying.
No, look.
Nah, listen, man, back the team. Let's go, man.
Fofana's gonna play.
Let's just hope we see some game plan, some style of play. Yeah, let's stop actually seeing what Potter wants to do with these players, isn't it? That's what we want to see. So, like, if we win 1-0, but we play well, we create a lot, and we win, I'll be happy. All right, at least we're actually seeing something. So let's just see something. Lewis is just loving this. I'd have thought Lewis would be in the chat all the way through when we're talking about fucking Havertz, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Jim took 8-1-9. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Jesus. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is, mate. It is what it is. But anyway, we move. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, get the win. I'm going there anyway. So fingers crossed with my luck going there. We might
be safe.
I'll be safe. I'll be safe. And if Havertz don't have a good game, I'll run on the pitch and just kick him or something.
Oh my God. Hopefully he's not starting.
Good luck watching Havertz.
Sure that pitch is a long way from the fans. It's not close.
If we see a curly-haired guy running on the pitch with speed.
he got taken down before at the racetrack.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but mate, listen, they're actual. Yeah, they're pitched to where the seats are. It's like a. Yeah, there is, isn't it? It's like a gap.
It's massive.
I want a Mudryk goal. I want to see a Mudryk goal too. That's what I want to see, man.
I want to see Mudryk actually just do Mudryk. That's what I want.
Yeah, he can play as long as he doesn't drift off into his position. That doesn't happen.
Guys, I'll be back Sunday for the match reaction. So it'll be a 12 o'clock one. So because I'm going to the game, I won't be here. But yeah, 12 o'clock Sunday, I'll do the match reaction. And yeah, we'll hopefully be talking about a win, right? Be happy and actually.
As long as the fraud doesn't play.
And,
absolutely.
King Kai, aka the German machine, is undroppable. It's from an Arsenal fan. Guys, see you later. Take care. Up the Chelsea. Smash the like for Kai Havertz as well. See you later. Bye.
I hate Havertz.
Yeah.